Good morning, Surin, INTP India, CE India, Civil, Buildings, Oil, speaking from Faridabad, NCR, Bharat, Civil Engineering, Buildings, Field Engineering, Office Engineering, Coordination Engineering, Interaction Engineering, and all relevant activities, a conference, a word, a talk to whole world who are involved on buildings and structures and constructions and designs and interface it. A talk, significant one from practical point of view, book which was presented in 96, but people are not interested, no problem to me. It's my duty to share information with people. It's responsibility of engineering community to keep abreast about developments and to have practical aspect. But if they don't, no one can help them. Engineering generally involves many disciplines, but what is engineering? We have to understand that also. Is engineering what we study in colleges, or it is what we do in field? What is actually engineering? And what is engineer? Have you ever thought of? I'm talking very initial, very original, ancient, very you can say raw discussion here. Engineering. What is meaning of engineering? Have you ever thought of? What is EN and what is GI and ER? This what came from somewhere. This means geniusness. This means a person who is having mind, who applies mind, who is genius in a special way, not in a conventional way. If you are engineer means you cannot follow convention only. You have to find new solutions to whatever problem exists. A person who can solve a problem which others cannot, that is called a person engineer. Means a problem solver. It may be social problem, political problem, economic problem, civil problem, or whatever problem is here. A philosophy to solve a problem is actually known as engineering. It doesn't mean what you learn is engineering. What you can teach is also engineering. What can you do using minimum resources, minimum time, best quality, that is engineering. When a carpenter works and builds a stool or a chair or a very small item with his using his own mind, that is also known as engineering. A bird constructs its very small hutment on wherever, that's also called engineering. Engineering means to do something with your own mind, not to copy and not to reproduce someone else's idea, to do your own idea. So this means it's research work, it is innovation work. Means you have to see something new. This way you can say this is conceptual work. This is conceptual in a sense. You think on, you imagine, and bring that imagination to paper and develop ideas and more ideas and to find a sequence of ideas, a chain of unknown activities which are brought to paper and transformed to known activities for successful use is called engineering. It's not simply imagination that there's no use. A poetry cannot be called engineering. A writing cannot be called engineering. But when some item is created, some article is created, or something is created, that can be made use of, positive use of, is known as engineering activity. So engineering on a widened base is very big actually. Engineering, do something. A technician who repairs a scooter, a motorcycle, or something else is also an engineer in that sense. A person who creates very small item too is an engineer. And a person who builds aircraft is also an engineer. So we have to take in different way. It is industrialization that is based on engineering, and it is socialization also based on engineering. All are interlinked one way or other way. We have to think this way. I am from branch of civil engineering in Bharat, in India. Civil engineering is something which is not same thing as in other countries probably. Here civil engineering is vast one, whereas in other country it's only road, bridges, infrastructure. Whereas we have also buildings here. It's different. Means civil engineering is what is used for civil. Actually, this was first engineering. You can say the start of engineering. Architecture also is there. Means architecture is the combination of engineering. It moves. Architecture cannot be separate. It's a part of engineering because there was no architecture. So everybody is an architect. Mason, carpenter used to down his own ideas. A builder was an architect sometimes. Now architecture is different. It is engineering-based architecture now. It's something else. It's not soul or genuine architecture we are doing these days. This applied architecture, you may say, based on engineering criteria, based on engineering knowledge, and engineering is a systematic one. Architecture is not a systematic one. I'm not going to any criticism of architecture. Architecture that we are doing today is not in fact artistic architecture, that is engineering based architecture. So you must be engineer first if you want to be a good architect. Because structure that we produce, that's a mechanism. Whatever structure we produce, its mechanism is based on thoughts, based on various forces that work within structure which we common man cannot understand. Those forces constitute a three-dimensional unit which works with solves that structure for many years, many decades, and that also creates projects kind of architecture in elevations within building itself, and you can cover it by another architecture, this cladding architecture, something else. So architecture and engineering are interrelated to each other in a different way, and that's called modern engineering, modern architecture. That architecture is showing ancient buildings, archaeological buildings. I'm not talking about that. That is a stonework, altogether stonework. All if you go to whatever country you see, you will find stone-related architecture. But we are talking is artificial stone-related architecture. Artificial stone means either we are using RCC or pre-stressed concrete or structural steel, and RCC is reinforced cement concrete, or you can say where steel combination with concrete is produced, is worked upon, and same thing in pre-stressed concrete. And structural steel alone, it is structural steel. Roll steel is used, or other kind of advanced steels are used in this philosophy. So we have to be very clear what we are talking of. When we are saying concrete is a combination of concrete and reinforcement, it's called steel bars. It's artificial stone. Whereas in the past we use natural stone. This artificial stone because we are producing this stone from various ingredients like coarse aggregate, fine aggregate, cement, or supplementary cements and water or admixture. This artificial stone we are producing. So what we are talking is that type of engineering. And pre-stress is something else which is done in the yard itself, where reinforcement has different word, which is called tendons or cables, which are having much higher stress, and high strength concrete is used in that. So this is more in work is more in done more than in workshop, I mean to yard, casting yard, and or you can say precast factory where installation is on site, whereas in RCC on in situ, we call it cast in situ, everything is done on location of site. That's what we are talking about. And generally it's very big job involving hundreds of activities of structure, architectural services, and all those services which support building during its intended life. This could be live services, debt services, and allied services, electrical, plumbing, mechanical, lift, CCTV, SCADA, building management, and many more. That is what I am interacting with you all. It's not alone structural engineering itself, it's complete engineering which a building performs, because building is an engineering product. You may not consider it as a product. A product which is not manufactured in the factory or neither assembled. It's done on site, manufactured on site, delivered on site, worked upon site. This is different kind of work, but total engineering it is, involving generally many disciplines, as you can say, civil, architectural, electrical, mechanical, plumbing, structural, steel, or electronics and controls, all that. This is combination of various disciplines, and we can say allied engineering work it is, where many disciplines are involved. So you can say that this is a top level job, and everybody has to work on this in whatever field you are. You may be in whatever building you are, even if you are manufacturing plane, aircraft, you require hangar, you require manufacturing factory. Or if you are involved in railways, even then you require something. In metros, buildings are there, tracks are there, and structures are there. There is no place in this world where such combinations are indispensable. Or dispensable, I'm sorry. Dispensable. No, you can't depend otherwise. You have to do all this. And that is why my approach is combination of all this engineering, though no one can learn every engineering. It's not possible. You cannot say I can do all, because every engineering field is very long and width and dimension, and vast dimensions are there. You may say it is a divergent field. Every field is divergent one, and you are attracting people from all fields onto creation of one unit of building. So we have to think that way. We cannot constrain ourselves to one department only. I am in this department. No, you have to interact with others. It is interdisciplinary management. This is required. Interdisciplinary, you can say, you have to interfacet with others. Interfacet and coordination are different. Coordination is one part, but interfacet is also very important, which is in systems. The one system should be compatible with other system technically. Its interface must work. I'm not talking of coordination when I'm talking of interface. Means properties, whatever characters, whatever controls are there in one system must be matchable in another system. If there is only one with it, or if there are many systems coming in contact with that, all must be compatible with this one, which is interface management. Technically, engineering wise and electronic wise, all. But we are now talking about coordination, talking about designs to some limited extent, and projection of engineering onto other extent. It's not engineering I am talking practical engineering. I am talking where people are involved, public is involved, because engineering meaning is meaningful only if it reaches public. If it does not reach public, there is no benefit of engineering. If it is confined only to engineering people, engineering professionals, or engineering students. Benefit of engineering must reach everyone, just like benefits of economic development must reach every person. Just like we are getting engineering benefit of mobile is reaching everybody. Engineering benefit of computer is reaching everybody. It's a revolution. Just like it is also a revolution, it's reaching everyone, but people are not realizing that. A building is meant for everybody. People are living in buildings, but they never even think how this building was conceptualized, how it was designed, and how it is constructed. What they see in construction, they think that is only engineering. We see common people, they watch buildings, they view buildings are being constructed, but they never think means what they are constructing, why they are constructing, what's purpose behind them, what's philosophy and theory behind that. People least bother about that. They just see, oh, physically he is constructed, he is engineer or he is builder. They say, okay, excavation, foundations, column, beam, etc., or block work or brickwork, and slab on that, and that is what is engineering. Yes, that is engineering, but very limited engineering that is. Behind this lies a big philosophy which people are not clear. In other professions, you know, when you go to doctor or to hospital, you know that they will ask for conducting tests. They'll try to go and do this test, go and do this test, conduct this, and come back with a report, and then will try your treatment. Same thing to lawyer. If you go to some advocate, he shall tell you this law, that law, this law, that law, this process, that process, and you know that. And you go to wherever, but you are living in a building, you don't know about that. But in advocate, when the advocate is elected, you know that. You go to him, you go to doctor, but you never go to engineers. You are round clock in building, where you are in the office, or you are in the shop, or you are in a hospital, or you are in a home, or you are in flight, or you are in trek. Wherever you are always in engineering system. You are using that system. Knowingly or unknowingly, but you are using that. So you are not sure about that, but you are using that. You never think on that, you are using that. Well, I'm not saying you know that, but directly or indirectly, when new baby is born, in some room, that baby is started using engineering. At that time, at birth time, and also at that time. Engineering is part of your life, just like sun rays, wind, water, fire, sky. It's also part of your life. And this part, because it is everywhere, that's why you don't care. You are used to that, but you are unknown to that. That is unknown to you. And that is what is all about. I'm talking construction in engineering, in buildings or others, which is known to everybody but unknown to all because they don't know the facts. You talk to people, I talk to many. They are surprised when I tell them that we consider all this, because you are working behind curtain, you are working on site behind fence, others cannot see you, and that is, you are not allowing others to enter without permission. But everybody can go to doctor, everybody can do lawyer, everybody can go to court, everybody can go to wherever it is required to go. But to you, people are confined. No, you cannot enter here. And there's a need for that also, because safety is important. You cannot allow everybody to come to deep excavation and see what's happening there, why we are being concrete, but it's no use. But for those who are professionals, they have a duty to tell everybody this is what we do. But they are also, they don't interact with public. Public don't know about that. Every day we hear news, this building collapsed. Even in foreign countries, building collapsed. Russia building collapsed in Russia. This means there is problem somewhere. Maybe in our country it's more, or we are more people, we are billions of people here, and there are crowds building here, so problems are multifaceted. In other countries, problems are very limited because population is less, or some buildings are not that much complicated. If you go to England, if you go to America, you will not find that type of buildings we have. Yes, in Gulf you will have very good buildings, but there is still problem is the fire in building. There's failure of scaffoldings in the places. It happens. So, but they have money, they can manage. They can break building, demolish building. In Abu Dhabi, they used to build buildings. There was one department in Abu Dhabi, which was commercial building department. And they used to investigate buildings every 10 years. Structures they used to investigate, they used to take cores from columns and test them. And if they discovered that this was not up to mark at that time, demolish this building and construct a new. Those who are rich, they can do. But every country is not rich, every society is not rich, economies are different. England cannot afford that too, America cannot afford that too, but Gulf can afford. Because they have oil money. That is why we have to be too serious. And I always say, engineering is not cricket or football. It is very serious business with entertaining mind. If you use engineering for entertaining your mind, you are brilliant. You cannot take it for granted. Of course, you will not get money out of this. It's not money making discipline. It's not money making business. And of course, it's not comfort getting. It's not high salary business. You may get high salary in management field. You can get high salary in you can say government services like IAS, IPS here or somewhere else. You may get high money in shop. You may get high money in some, you can say, management, otherwise something else you are doing. You can say you are doing some trade. You can get high money there. You can get high money in international companies, multinational companies. You can get high money there. But question is, top question remains unanswered. And that question is level and degree of your contribution towards the development of society. Not only our society, all societies around the world. Because field of engineering is meant for humanity. It's not meant for Bharat, Pakistan, or something else, or England or America. It's meant for development of Earth. Development on Earth. Just like medical service is meant for humanity, this is also meant for humanity. Other services are not exactly human-based services, but these two basics are. These basics is health, which is meant for all, and engineering is meant for all. And that is the reason that whatever we follow here, we follow elsewhere also. Yes, there are variation in specifications and management of codes, but ultimately this way or that way, certain variations and target objective is unique and same all over. Materials are of course with varying properties used everywhere, same type of materials, same type of properties in materials and same type of methodology. Though we care somewhere else, we don't care here because of our ignorance or because of our, you can say, being unserious. We are not serious people. That's why we don't take care about ourselves. And there may be other things also. We are too many here, lakhs of engineers in this country, millions of engineers, you can say. In our country, there may be millions. Every year, lakhs come after qualification. So you may say, redundant population of engineers do exist in our country. Redundant, I want to say, yes, it is redundant in case there are 15 or more disciplines, and in every discipline there are engineers. Particularly major disciplines are electrical, mechanical, civil, architectural, and you may say nowadays electronics or hardware, software, IT is called, and of course agriculture is not that much, and aeronautical is also not that much. Major are these, and you will find millions in that. This means excess supply, and excess supply means reduced quality. Certainly, we have excess supply here, but quality is reduced because teachers are not available, professional teachers, I mean to say professors, lecturers, those who are not that much devoted as used to be before. Either you are a professional or a money maker, you have to select one of these. You can be very good professional but not good money maker, not good businessman, or you can be very good businessman, money maker but not good professional. Combination is very difficult, it's not available. When you are too highly qualified, your use is very limited. People don't want to use it because you are not accessible. You are not on same page as others do. If you are half qualified, you are half useful. If you are zero qualified, you are fully useful. This is our graph. In construction, if you know nothing, you are a very good person. If you know something, you are very only useful. And if you know everything, then you are not required. This is reality in our country at least. If you want to do everything professionally, you are out. Because person for whom you are working, he is money maker. He is not national builder. And those in government, they don't understand all this, because this is beyond their understanding, beyond their mind, beyond their capability. They can't think engineering, they can think medical, they can think law, they can think IELTS, accountancy, they can think budget, they can think economy. They can't think engineering. And that's the reason engineering is an alien field for them. It's alien, actually alien. And that is also a reason that nobody understands what is engineering in this country. In our beautiful Bharat, we don't understand what is engineering, and we are not inclined to understand, because first of all, it is very boring for them. And one thing, something is boring and not, if they are getting something out of that, they will understand. They are not getting anything out of that. And there are institutions also in our country, many institutions related to engineers and engineering, who are interested only in seminars, in journals, in talks, in congresses, which can never lead to public. These institutions are doing something which products are no useful to public, only to engineers. And if you go to any congress done by top institution, you will not find more than few hundred people there, few hundred engineers or members there. And same thing in seminar, you will not find more than 30-40 attendants. This is I experienced. For example, our Institution of Engineers India, which is a chartered body, which awarded Royal Charter in 1935. It's a big institution, professional, statutory, constitutional institution of this country. Big one, prideful. It has more than 100,000 corporate members, chartered engineers, you mean to say. And it has association with lakhs of students. But it has not reached public, other than to an extent that people are getting further graduations who are diploma holders or others, and that it gives some certificates. Other than this, people don't know that they are doing research, technology development. That technology is not reaching public, so actual function is zero. Because if your technology is not reaching public, then what's the meaning of that technology? It's out of my understanding. It should reach public. If even after 70 years of freedom, how to mix a mortar, cement mortar, how to apply that on walls or in mortar blockwork, or how to mix concrete. If this small formula, this small procedure is not reaching public, where is failure? I don't know. If mason or workers don't understand how to mix this on site some concrete, and how to do it in a way procedure is done, procedure is given, it doesn't comply with procedures. If this small technology is old, it's not reaching public, what you can say? I don't understand this. Those who are involved in construction are skilled tradesmen like masons, carpenters, steel fixers, welders, and duct workers, electricians, and so many more. If their knowledge is not perfect, if workers working for them, skilled tradesmen or juniors, workers, helpers, if they don't understand what is technology, what is procedures, then what's the meaning of engineers? This I cannot understand. If either engineers don't know, or engineers are not able to communicate to such people who are not very highly qualified education wise, but though they can understand technology, if it doesn't reach them, I think there is no meaning of that. Whatever I learned as engineer and you learned as engineer, if you cannot transfer that information successfully to your juniors or on whom you are dependent, I think there is a failure somewhere in society itself. And that failure is, you are not serious, you do not care, take it for granted, no problem, this guy knows, he will do it. Of course, that person knows. But that person never says, I don't seek more information. And that is so confident, no, I know I do, don't worry about this. You don't worry about, that's fine, that is that person's confidence, but that confidence can be increased. that confidence degree can be augmented. No, it's not done. Why? Should we not think over this? If I am too qualified, too much qualified, I am diploma, I am BE, I am ME, I am PhD, I am postdoctoral. Yes, I am qualified, I can say. But does that qualification mean anything to society? If my qualification is only for my wall posting, that I am this, I am chartered engineer, I am professional engineer, I am this level degree holder, I am PhD. Yes, it is good, it's fine. But is this reaching to lowest level where it should be? It's not reaching. It's not reaching. So where is failure? You can say failure is somewhere in the system. Yes, it is somewhere in the system. But does system exist? That is another point. Where does system exist? We don't have any system. And this system doesn't start after degree. This system starts after school living. School is basic education, which is actually not known as education nowadays. Just a normalcy it is. Just like you have to operate mobile or you have to operate computer. It is same thing that you have to study. You have to, even if you are pass, school pass, you are blank in fact. You are called blank because it's not adequate just to, you are just a, you can say, school leaving certificate. If your engineering education is not perfect, if professor is not able to tell you what is engineering done, how it is done. Yes, theory is one part. You have 4 years or 5 years in engineering education, academical education. You have many subjects, maybe 30, 35, 50, 40, how many? You learn them, you pass them, fine. That is your duty as a student. And teacher teaches you, that is teacher's duty. But question is, do we have teachers who know work? I regret to say we don't have. We don't have teachers up to PhD level who are professionals in field. And if you are not professional in field, you are professional only in books. You will teach books only. And you cannot teach field. I have seen many IITians designs and they are online available. And they think, and court also think, law also thinks that they are top. Yes, they are top in academics. I agree. PhD person is top in academics, indeed. And that is fine, no problem to that. But question is not, question starts there itself. It doesn't end there. Question starts, can that knowledge be transferred to site? That is reality. If that knowledge does not transfer to site even half, then that PhD has no meaning. It has one meaning only to university that you are teaching students, and that's all. Is your life purpose to teach only students, not to teach them work? You are passing a person who is an engineer in your law. This person is a basic engineer, and that person is unable to do work on site. Even you give 6 months internship doesn't make a difference. If this person is not able to work on site, this means this person is not engineer. Student, only student. This is big point. Is engineering theory only? Yes, theory is very important. Without that you cannot do it. But mindset is also important. A person who comes out of university, he thinks I am engineer. Yes, he is for certification. He is bachelor in engineering or BSc in engineering. He has a right to call himself engineer. He writes, yes, he calls himself engineer. But can he do independently? Never ever. He has to at least learn for 5 to 10 years before being independent. That is requirement. Theory and practicals are entirely different worlds. When you stand on site, being fresh, it's different world for you because you were student till that time. You didn't know how to deal with people, how to deal with books, how to deal with drawings, how to deal with activities on site, how to deal with people, human, how to deal with seniors, how to deal with juniors, and how to interact, how to mix up, how to immerse in procedures. It takes time. Certainly that is true. But confidence is a question. If professor is trained for 3, 4, 5 years on site, professors can make better students, better engineers. But we don't have that system. Because of our thinkless bureaucracy, because of our thinkless ministers, because of our thinkless constituted councils like All India Technical Engineers Council, All India Council of Technical Examinations, AICT, All India Council of Technical Education, and then NAB, NBA also, and also other institutions, universities, who are administratively thinkless. They are not think tank, they are only tank. There is no thoughtful process with them, and nobody is interested. Nobody. They may write some paper sometime and forget after that. There is no follow-up. There may be many institutions, they go report, recommendations, who bothers? If there is something like that, so how to solve that problem? That also is a point. There's also a question mark. What I consider, when there is no systematic organ responsible to dispose or to share obligation, liability, then only people are left who are not system. People are no system. People are no system actually. In that case, in our system, for engineering, engineers are system. They have to take care of this, but they may talk individually, they may write individually, but they are not coming into picture to claim that they are system. So those real systems organs are absent, and these actually who are involved in system are silent. How long this silence can be tolerated? How long? We should not forget that engineers make a nation. We should not forget that. Even there are other organs. All organs are there. All institutions are there in every country, in our country too. But they are not independent in their callings. Lakhs and lakhs of engineers work, and without which work you cannot form, you cannot produce assets in whatever country you live. If I construct a building or some machine or something else, it's an asset for nation, because I use natural resources, assemble it and deliver some equipment or some house or some building or road or infrastructure, something like that. That is an asset. That's why we call it development. If that asset manufacturer is engineers, and combination of lakhs of engineers do that, but those people are always behind line. You cannot come to this line and cross it. There's a barricade put by nation that you cannot cross this point. You serve us and that's sleep at home. How can you move further? Tell me. If bureaucrat stops you, if politician stops you, if court stops you, if law stops you, if system stops you, but without you they cannot move. They may not say, but they need you. They do not value you, but without you they cannot move. It's like food. Without food, you cannot live. You are food for them. They eat you, but they don't value you. All these people eat engineers, but they don't value them. This is international problem or national problem, both problems. Bureaucrats are respected, lawyers are respected, judges are respected, politicians are respected, CAs are respected, everybody, teachers are respected, all workers are respected, but not respected are these people who are doing everything because they are doing behind scene. They are dishonored, of course. They say you are criminal, you are corrupt, you are doing this, you are doing that. That is what real problem lies in. Whichever country developed because of technology. They developed because of technology. And there is demand these days from many revolutionary countries like Iraq, like Libya, like Lebanon, like many others, that we need some professionals in our governance. There is such thing. Our country is silent. Our people are silent. And ultimately, I don't understand reason behind that. That those who are taking responsibility of development practically on sites, engineers, where are they? I don't know. Where are they? I don't know where the locations they are there. They are there, but they are not on scene. So we have to understand every point from this aspect. I'm not making any speech. I'm just trying to express my grievances and national grievance. This is national grievance. Because there is nobody to raise questions about this issue. We just avoid this, and that is purpose of my writing and my interaction with you people, that we cannot change, we cannot achieve until we do something. We have potential, we have power, we have mind, assets of mind, assets of applications we have. We can do, we can commit, we can determine, we can deliver. But it doesn't happen. It is our weakness, not natural weakness. When you can pass engineering, you have courage to work, you have aspiration to work. But fortunately, you do not get work. And why don't you get work? You know it very well. And if you do not get work, you cannot have experience. And we cannot have experience means missing experience means missing value, missing status, missing responsibility. So this all is linked to economy. Otherwise, we say economy is an isolation. No, economy is not in isolation. We are all part of economy. And engineers are best economists if they do in their own world. Reuse economy means use of best material, use of best resources is also economy. It's not simply calculation of GDP. It's not simply something price rise or price fall. How best you can use in an optimum way, how can you use these materials is also economic factor, because less product, less use and more use, less consumption of material, less use of quantity and more result, more service by that unit is best economy. You are using a best material in a sense. It's not quantity wise I am saying it's use wise. For example, strength of steel, strength of concrete, strength of aggregate, you are using in professional way. This means it shall impact on consumption quantity, which shall give you saving of in economic terms. So you are actually root of economy. 70% money, 70% budget is used on development in every country. It's nothing new for us. So your saving shall be saving for society. But that is not saved, that is abused. Saving can be done only when your work is of standards, when your work is of safe undertaking, when your work is of safe quality, safe service. Only then you can do it. You may say, what is safe here? If your work is safe, if people are safe, there is no accident, This means there's no liability, no loss of human resources, no loss of money resources, no loss of material resources. And if you are qualitative, means life of that unit enhances. There's value added to that material, to that product. So that also is related to economy. So indirectly, you are involved with economy. Maybe up to 10-15% you can save, sometimes 25% you can save, depending upon total cycle of that product service. And we call in our terms, in our EU terms, coding terms, reliability factor. This is reliability of your product, reliability of your engineer, reliability of you can say other service providers, reliability of staff, reliability of economics, reliability of engineering theory, reliability of your application. And that reliability means number one, safety, number two, service, number three, durability. These are basics. Can be added, some other factors can be added. Means reliability equal to safety plus service angle or serviceability plus durability. I have explained this many times, yet I explain again. Safety means what? I'm not talking of job safety only. I'm talking of every safety. If your product is based on safety, it is best product. From that angle, means it should be safe. Whatever product you produce is safe in every way, means it shall not deteriorate soon, it shall not erode soon, it shall not be unsound soon, it shall move. It shall move to complete whole life you have given to it. You have given 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 40 years, 60 years, 80 years, 100 years, 120 years, whatever it is. And then it is serviceable. It imparts you service. Service means whatever land uses there, it serves for in its complete unit structure, its slabs, its columns, its walls, its foundations, its other items, all do serve for that period. So it is serviceable without giving you tension. It doesn't disintegrate. Its appearance is okay. It doesn't develop cracks, and you are comfortable in that environment. And then next one is durability. That is also very important. This means you decided for 50 years, 60 years, 80 years, whatever length of that you decided that this should be life cycle of this. Total life is this, and it works smoothly in that period without causing any problem, with is having complete basic strengths, without deformation, without anything. Safely it moves for that period. That combination of these properties, combination of these three criteria of considerations, safety plus serviceability and plus durability, is equal to reliability. So it applies to buildings as well as it applies to engineers and engineering staff. It applies to everybody. If I have these three properties, that I can do this safely, I am safe. First of all, my work is safe. I am committed. I am reliable. If I am serviceable, if I do job, if I do deliver, and my job, what I do is trustworthy. It is reliable. It is serviceable. Means this way, this applies to all. It applies to all. Here, my destination is not money. My destination is something. My destination is a creation of that environment, creation of that product to be used by my client, who is lowest user owner of that product. Building, road, railways, metro, infrastructure, sewage, water supply, all, whatever are involved in profession or in society. This means if I have to be responsible engineer, I must be a student all time. If I am a student, I will remain crazy to learn. I have a level of hunger and thirst to understand more and more. That is student criteria, student character I should have. So until I die, I remain student, of course of higher order, not of elementary school. So my life, whole life is study life, student life. Next, if I am a student of higher rank, I have to teach my knowledge, I have to teach my non-knowledge to my juniors. So I am teacher in that case. Yes, I am teacher. So I have to learn as a student and I have to teach others as teacher. And then I have to think, because thinking is very powerful instrument, invisible instrument. It's not visible, it's not physical. Thinking is free of cost. You have not to pay any cost to anybody for conducting thinking. And thinking is also not in your hand sometimes. It is natural. It's in your hand sometimes when you have information or feedback. And if you don't have feedback, it's not in your hands, but it is with you. Means you have to concentrate. Concentrate doesn't mean meditation, no. It means thinking, 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 thinking. If you take one item and think on that continuously, you get some more information on that. So I was a student, I am teacher, I am thinker. And thinker, high level thinker means high level researcher. And when you are high level researcher means you do something innovative. Innovative in your profession itself you can do. You can think of, for example, when I was doing engineering, I was reading some books. You are an engineer only when think how long span, what's the span you can think, how long span beam you can manufacture, you can think of. Longest span that you can think of is engineering. Highest column you can think of engineering. If that is engineering, means you have to think. This means you have crossed from book knowledge to professional thinker knowledge. And that thinker knowledge cannot be measured in terms of academical degrees. That is university degree. Degree you can achieve on job without any title. That's why we call, he has done this job. So, why we consider experience ultimately? What's the purpose of experience? And what is experience? If I have done one job, I produce one work, maybe I am not that much good in that. I have done some defective job in that. Next I will do, next I will do, next I will do. As many times I repeat, I will learn and learn and learn. Because I will face many drawings every time, many specifications, many type of people, many class of workers. I will learn from all them and teach all them. I will learn, I'll see the errors also there, I'll see some benefits also there, I'll see amendment, modification also there every year. So based on that, I'll set my own procedures, my own criteria, my own thumbs, my own rules which apply to me, and I shall like to apply to them to work as well. That is experience. It doesn't mean experience in years, experience in learning. If I work in 25 years, 30 years, I do learn nothing. That's not experience. That's only role. I was enrolled for so many years without learning anything. It's same thing as you can see in India's status of law. Lawyers are the this. I have been lawyer for 30 years. And if you ask that lawyer, advocate, how many judgments you have got delivered, he may say 2 only, 3 only, 5 only, 10 only, 15 only, 20 only. This means you have not contributed to society, because in 30 years you delivered only 20 judgments through law, through court. So you are not experienced. You are experienced in attendance of court, in taking dates, in submitting documents, in all that. This is procedural. You are procedural expert, not actually legal expert. And same thing applies to judiciary also. If in 30 years you did not deliver 50 judgments, what you have done? But in engineering, you have to deliver either bad or good. When you are having the project, you constantly, you have to deliver it. You have to comply with law of contract. You have to comply the charter of agreements. Otherwise, you won't be paid and you'll be out. So experience of work and experience of years are different. You have to be work experience, not years experience. If your work experience, your mind is good, you are thinker. You can be thinker. And it is thinker who's required, not educated. Educated can be everybody. Once you enter university, you will get certificate of whatever degree. But that is for all. Your classmates, your others, all have that certificates. Of course, there is difference in marks you obtain. But your knowledge is same. It's not extraordinary. But when you work in field of your profession, whatsoever, you have exposure to varying type of environment, varying type of specialties. Their difference starts. As much as you do, as much as you contribute, keeping aside how much money you are getting, if you keep in mind money factor, you cannot work. If you keep in mind money factor only, that my package is this, then you are not a professional. Now what happens? Package is criteria to measure. Oh, he is having 36 lakhs package, he is having 25 lakhs package. Package is more important than making think tank. Oh, he is so qualified, he got this much package. My requirement is not package, my requirement is destination. Destination means my destination, my mind, how much I can develop my mind. Just like scientist does. Scientist doesn't think that his PhD only. His mind is far above PhD. Development of mind is more important, capacity of mind is more important than money making or measurement of your value through certificates. Your basic certificate is okay, but after that, your mind is certificate. That mind gives you energy. That mind forces you to work more. That mind forces you not to sleep more. And of course, you don't sleep more when you are too busy. Scientists, I don't think they sleep more. And if they sleep more, I don't call them scientists. If they sleep more, I don't call them doctors. If they sleep more, I don't call them engineers, because they cannot sleep more than limited number of hours. Purpose of sleep is relaxation, getting stress-free, strain-free. So you don't need 10 hours to sleep to get you strain-free. Why? That is what is required. In our profession, development of mind is required. Development of mental capacity is required. This is called engineering. Your mind engineering is also important. When you can think of something again and again, and you will find something more. That is what I am talking about. Engineering, and particularly in our civil construction, and that too on buildings or on certain facilities, is very different. Nothing to do with academics. Every new project, every new assignment is new education, new technology, new life. And this will continue for 1 year, 2 years, depending upon length of project, duration of project. Previously, it was used to be 10 years, 5 years on project, but now it's now 2 years, not more than 2 years, I think. So that 2 years or 1 year's project duration gives you some power. And that power is expansion of your mind, augmentation of the strength of your mind, and become more and more thickness in your think tank. You are growing as thinker. And that thinker means you are a bomb in yourself. That think tank is nothing but a bomb of knowledge. You can use that knowledge, you can write book, you can write thesis, or you can apply in field. And best is apply in field. Because if you write too much, it's very good, you write too much, but there's no one reading it. No one to read it. Nowadays, there is a culture that people have stopped reading, people have stopped writing, people are talking and talking and talking. We have converted our culture into Arab culture or American culture. If you go to Arab or America, you will find writing is no meaning. Americans don't write too much, they speak too much. They only talk and use others. If you go to England, you'll find different. They write too much, then doesn't speak too much. They speak too much, write too much. And if you go to Arab or Middle East, you'll find talking, 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 and talking. They don't want to leave any written evidence. This is their culture. If you talk to them, you didn't call me. You should call me. Means, if you call someone, you waste time because that person is already busy on calling. And their talk is also very lengthy. Half hour, 50 minutes. You wait. Sometimes I used to be very angry when I was seniors, Arabs, Lebanese people, Misr people, all who used to come to visit me at my office. Talking and talking and talking and talking, and you're waiting for him. Then I was very much upset. Why did I ask someone? You are talking and better go back and talk here. Don't come to me. You are coming to me to solve my problem or talking to someone else. Put off your switch. Put switch off your phone. I don't need this. Discuss it before 10-15 minutes and hear me what I'm saying. Solve problems. You are having money in your hand. You are giving me resources. So why you are talking here? You feel like that. Nature is that. Culture has changed. You write something on Facebook, nobody reads. Very few people read. You publish some book, nobody cares. You send some mail, only when there's a liability they respond, otherwise no. So what I have seen, you waste your time if you write, you waste your time if you think. You think for yourself, it's okay, but you don't tell others because nobody is to receive that. They are forced to read books only when they are students. When they have to appear in examination, to that point they are forced to read. They are forced to read and study and study and study because they have to pass. They have a challenge. After that, bye-bye. They can watch cricket. They can watch football. They can read film stars. They can read someone else. They cannot read your writings because this is boring. Your writing is boring because you are an engineer, you are a doctor. Your writing is very boring. Who will read that? That's what I'm finding difference. This is a social change actually we have received. If you compare to 1970s, and now there has been a wide social change in culture of world. And that is also a result of fake news too coming. Well, this is not my topic. My topic is engineering construction. I'm just trying to interact with you on this. Why I am talking to you through video. I have written a lot. Go to SCFI Safi India website. Go to some other website which I used to write on. I write a lot on that. But people are not interested. I don't understand reason because I think it gives, you have to spend energy on reading. Maybe your eyes are not interested in reading letters. You want to see some pictures. You can see on Facebook or media, you will find only photographs. 95% people use only snaps, photographs or sceneries, and they are happy to see that. If you see strength of writing, very little. Yes, they can say yes, like it, not like it, this, wow, and this. Otherwise, you will find 1% or 2%, hardly strength of people or users on that social network who are writing or who are reading. This is really a different world we are living in now. Means we will not find much research work in future because research nobody is caring about. So I'm not sure even now because people are aimless. There's no aim. Whole world, there's no aim. Objective, no objective. Destiny, no destiny. Focus, no focus. Only focus is nowadays, because you are academics, you are educated. First objective is job. Yes, that is acceptable. That's very important for survival. But if you don't get job, if you get job, fine. You are relaxed. You are built up. You move further. And if you're in job, you want to remain in job, you want to settle there itself. And you start your liabilities again. When you have job, oh, I got this job, let me marry. So you start your marry. You start your couple. And then you uncouple, you start your third person. Means you are going to earn liabilities and liabilities and liabilities, one after another, and after another. Then you are reaching a point where you cannot come back. You cannot U-turn. You are trapped. So whole your life is trapped in that maintenance only. You forget profession, you forget everything. Your profession is limited only to maintenance of your monthly salary. One lifestyle is that. Another lifestyle is when you have too much money, you don't care about money. Where is real profession? A promoter can never think of benefit to user, but promoter shall think of how many flats I am going to sell, how many houses I am going to construct and sell, what percentage of profit I am going to get, and how many engineers can I employ to whom I shall pay least. Because demand is more or supply is more, we have to consider economically. Demand is less, supply is more. There was a time where they were not available. Demand was too much, excessive, and supply was less. In those days, engineers were very, you can say, expensive commodity. I should say commodity. Yes, we are commodity. I can call myself commodity because we are not human being. Supply of engineers was little, demand was more. Now, supply of engineers is more, demand is less. So your value is like carrot and onion and potato, not more than that. And then you are depressed, you are strained, stressed, because you are not getting money, you are not getting job. And if you don't have job, how can you survive? That's right. I heard the news last day, I think yesterday or 2 days before. People are not interested in education of engineering. 50% seats are unoccupied. I am happy, believe me. I am happy. You say, why you are happy? I am happy because people are not interested in engineering studies. What's bad with that? Can everybody be engineer? Why do you expect all be engineer? You think engineering is a job? Engineering is a job that requires sacrifice. Everybody cannot do that. First of all, every field is not engineering. Listen, if you are whole time, full time, dedicatedly in office for whole year, month and years and all this, I am getting this package. In fact, you are not engineer here. You may call engineer, you may call manager yourself, whatever you call that. Engineering means the delivery of something. Delivery is not easy. If even you are a cook, you have to deliver food to all people. You have to do many activities there. You can call that also a kind of engineering. Cooking is an engineering work. It's not easy. It requires measurement. It requires ratio proportion. It requires some procedures. I'm just talking about something to explain what is engineering. Yes, professional engineering is different, which delivers something. But if engineers' seats are vacant, it doesn't make a difference to me. Because we want quality engineers. We want skilled engineers who can do something for others. And if I am engineer, I have qualified and I want to do MBA, then there is no meaning of my being engineer. Because MBA doesn't need engineering degree for MBA. It needs a graduation only. Then why should I worry about getting into engineering and then come to management? This is wastage of professional expenses, wastage on educational expenses, and then I am leaving engineering behind and going to management because I am interested only in money making. I get more package there. If suppose today engineers are get best paid in world, nobody shall go to management. This means you are attracted by power of money, which is also not bad. But think today, you have money, you are billionaire, trillionaire, but you don't have engineers in this country or any other country. What shall you do? Gulf developed Middle East developed because of what? Is you think because of oil? Yes, they got money because of oil. But development of oil extraction is not free. They extracted oil from reservoir below sea. They knew there is oil, but extraction was through engineering. Extraction of that oil, raw oil from beneath sea base, was through engineering, offshore drilling. Offshore drilling and carries of this material to onshore refinery or refinery factory, you can say plant. That is technology. And of that refining, and after refining, use of byproducts in further processing plant like ethylene, methane, propane, such gases you are using for your kitchen or for industry or for electrical power. That goes safely. That is engineering. And that engineering, that plant or facility itself is multi-purpose engineering. If you go and see some plant, or you see by searching on Google, you will find certain plant facility, a big area, squares of kilometers in square, can say 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer by 1 kilometer, certain plant, and so many structures within that, so many trains within that. Trains doesn't mean this traveling train. I'm talking of processing trains. This step and this step and this step and this step and this step. So many long equipment are there, vessels are there working together. It's called train. That is engineering. That is civil engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, process engineering, chemical engineering, and electronic engineering, CCTV engineering, SCADA engineering, and I don't know how many more. You think that is joke? There you think, oh, you are getting money? No, you are not getting money. Money is that person who is using it, refining it, selling it. But you are involved in its integral system. So engineering does not give you money, first of all. Yes, if you are a businessman, that is different. You are an engineer. You become big contractor, you become big promoter or big refiner or something, then it's business. It's not engineering alone. You have to hire engineers in that case. But engineering itself is a world where you lose everything and stay in that. It's like, you have to think to do better. To better in a way that everything is safe, everything is serviceable, everything is durable. That is purpose of engineering and technology. Both are linked, of course. Without technology, engineering cannot stay. Without engineering, technology cannot stay. So we have to change mindset of our society. If you think to become engineer, then think to become engineer, not money maker. And if you think, no, you are a money maker, then don't go to engineering, better. Even if you are in IIT, it doesn't make a difference. Engineering is engineering. You are from a regional college, or you are from IEI, or you are from what you call it, IIT. For me, it's all same, no difference. Because when you work, nobody says you are IEI or what. If you do good work, you are good engineer. If you do bad work, you are bad engineer. Simple. I have seen this happen myself. Well, I say my example itself. I started my career in Delhi Development Authority. For 6 years I worked here. I didn't like it. But I was forced to work it because I was studying further and further. So it was local area, and I passed from my course and left that. But I was not interested in that because there was actually no engineering. There was only supervision, and that too as government person. Means you are busy in just going to sites, watching, okay, fine, I make a billing and do all things. You're not interested in, though you are duty bound. But I must be advised by some senior that I was too young. The same thing is there, but who cares? Nobody cares. You care only when somebody says you care. Because I am not independent. I am too small. I am kid. My parent must tell me I have to do this. My teacher must tell me you have to do this. Because if I am kid, you can't expect me to move independently. Because I am working given on the given resources, and those resources will be given by you. And there's a contractor who can befool me, because contractor is more expert than me, contractor is better than me, he knows how to befool engineers, he knows very well. Well, I did not like to stay there because my ambition was becoming an engineer, no, not a fool. I have seen many people in overseas, that those coming from government services, whatever in high position and whatever background they have, all fail there. All fail there because real culture exists, professional culture exists. You have to work there, not to show, yeah, I have this post. Post is there, designation is there, but that is eroded also. If you cannot work, it's removed. You have to prove that you are really worth this designation, this remuneration. If you cannot do that, you are not engineer. I experienced one person who came from Maharashtra. He was in superintending engineer position there. He was seen there. He talked to me. He was sitting in office and sending some slips to foreman to do this, do this. Even given job of a building, you start this building, new building. So he was sitting in office, used to sit, and this building didn't start. Management calling, what are you doing here? Why this building not started? Oh, I am doing this, I'm standing this. No. You yourself go and do it. You take drawings, you take surveyor, go there, make layout, call consultant, and start excavation. That person talked to me, yeah, I don't know, you have to do this. This is your position, you're an engineer here. That person, I never did it. Yes, you never did, but now you have to do it. You do it now, what's the problem? I never did, I can't stand here like this. I have my job safe in Maharashtra, I'll go back there. And next day, this person resigned and left. This happens. Because he was not used to that kind of environment. He was comfortable becoming superintending engineer in government. He was comfortable there. And I was once deployed for some interviews in when one delegation came from Abu Dhabi. You can help me, you just interview these people. I want your help. I'm not having an engineering background. I'm having management background. So if you can. Well, I did. Also came one such person, superintendent engineer of CPW or PWD. I asked only one question. One question, nothing else. Tell me, what is the definition of concrete? And that was watching my face. What I asked, what is concrete? Tell me. Concrete is a concrete this. No, see, he could not reply. Simple. What is concrete? He could not define concrete. If you cannot define concrete, you cannot explain what is concrete, then what you are coming for? A superintending engineer in government service. You cannot explain what is concrete, what you answer you have? Tell me. Superintending engineers means responsible engineer. Engineer of high rank must have complete knowledge, technically, professionally, and you cannot even explain. I am a layman, explain to me. Means what I am telling is, just having designation or certificate has no value, to me at least, and not to me, to all. You have to work, otherwise you are not worth. I was challenged by many foreigners. Yes, you are having certificate, prove it. See, you are having certificate, you prove it. So you are worth the certificate. They cannot accept certificate without worth certification. You have to prove it that you've done it. You have done it. Do it. This is their culture. Means they do not trust certificates alone. They trust your performance. So performance-based management Performance-based profession is really required, which culture is missing in our country and also in many other countries. That is why I measure myself first, I evaluate myself first, and then think how to deal with others. Just talking is not solution. And performance you can do only when you know ins and out of what work you are doing. If I am in design, I have to interact with all documents. I have to consult all documents. What field is there? What philosophy is there? What building I have to design? What type it is? What feedback I have to take from codes and all that? And what theory I have to apply? What software or no software I have to do? All this information I must have. If I miss them, I miss reality. Then I have my personal attainment also. One thing is just start design blindly using software in computer. I don't accept that. You have to create something here first. I want this type of building in my mind. You have to create a structural conception in yourself. Then only you can produce something. And same thing applies to implementation of that, means execution of that. Real construction in field where there is nothing, you have to start something, you have to deliver something there. You must have complete concept also before doing that. What actually is required and what you are going to do. It's not that you're getting some package of trying to start exhibition or something. No, it's not that. What actually you are going to do, what is your achieving goal, what this project says, you must go through all available information or all balanced information to come. This is what learning is required. Blank isolation cannot work. Package requirement is there, not package of money, package of information. That is very important. If you don't have that, you can criticize others, no problem, but you first criticize yourself. If you can criticize yourself and feel happy, then you criticize others. If you laugh on yourself, then you laugh on others. You abuse yourself, then you abuse others. You instruct yourself, then you instruct others. This is called educational value. First apply on you and see how you feel. Then you can say, gentlemen, do like this. So you have to be an identity in yourself, a separate identity for yourself. Means talk to yourself, understand complete project, see what is available, what is not available. Because your experience, you can know what is required, what is not required. What is available, is that right? Or what should be there an alternative? Or what's not available, why it's not available? What information is missing, why it is missing? Or it is somewhere hidden? You have to talk yourself. You have to spend some time on that. You have to study completely. Sometimes many things are available in there and not clearly known, or sometimes redundant information is there. You can spend hours and days on that. Then you can save many weeks because you know what is not available, and you can demand that from responsible person, whoever did that design. Or if that responsible person is not there, then you have to do yourself before wasting time on site. This is called study and coordination. Study and weighing force available on that drawing, because it's not simply drawing, it's management. Management of project, written management. Drawing is a writing. That's a feedback. That's an instrument which you have to do on site. If you are missing information in there, if there are gaps, you have to bridge it. Otherwise, if you start blindly, you will stop on the way. If you don't know where I have to do this, if you can find the drawing from drawing itself, from specifications you have, from course applicable there are, all these you must know. Before unusually bringing resources onto site and letting them sit idle at one stage, better not to start and to plan properly. Planning doesn't mean bar chart. It doesn't mean PERT or CP or PERT, or you can say PERT, or what I call it, CPM. It's not that alone. It is complete information that you need for doing that job. Where can I see problems? When I can get information easily. What is objective of this? Must be written somewhere. You have to read that. And once you are ready with that, then you can chart out everything too fast, rapidly. And there will no problem you'll encounter while you're working. Then you can move very fast, successfully, and deliver. That is what I am talking of. I am not talking of in details only. I am talking in a philosophical way. In a way, you start from scratch. And if you have that capacity, that you can comprehensively study, this means you can comprehensively produce also that work on papers. If you are given, say you design this building or design this for me, you can ask questions or you can seek information what actually this is, what purpose this serves. And if you have that information, you can devise your own imagination. This can be done this way, or this can be done this way. Means you can create. You can create in your mind and then on paper, and then thinking on structurally, and otherwise you can produce this work yourself. That is called engineering building up. Means you have background, of course, but you have mind round now. Your mind is developed because you got education. Your mind is full of formula. Your mind is full of known theology, known theory, known tutorials. You can use them. What I studied there is this, and it can be applied here. So simple. That is called application of mind. Application of mind, not application on mind. Application on mind was when you are studying. You are taking theory and entering into your mind. So application of mind on mind was there, but now that information available in the mind, you have to apply on work. So that is application of mind. I am using my known knowledge on this work, and I am getting more knowledge from work and accumulating my knowledge, augmenting my power and applying on that. That is called pragmatism. That is called power of expertise. Every day you are learning and delivering to others, and you are teaching others. Teaching others is also learning. Once you keep something in mind, it cannot go out. No one can pull it, no one can steal it. Only you can do that, and that is very important. So my purpose of this is not theoretical. My purpose is not telling you how to design, and my purpose also not telling you how to work. That is entirely your domain. You are master, you are judge how to move further. Judgment plays everywhere. Engineering judgment is very important. Construction judgment is very important. It's not law judgment, it is work judgment. This judgment is done in hours, in days, not in months or years. Your judgment moves everywhere. Starting from scratch, it starts. You have to judge everywhere what is best for you. That judgment can affect another judgment. So, construction judgment, engineering judgment, application judgment, you have to assess everything. Theory-wise, engineering-wise, cost-wise, economy-wise, time-wise. 3 factors in planning and programming, management. One is time, one is cost. You say quality, time and cost. Have you heard it? Triangular management. Cost, quality and time. Time is first criteria here. If this project says for 2 years or 1 year, that is time bound. You cannot cross that. So you have to start considering time factor first. Time is there. You are given a budget. Budget is there. You cannot cross that budget as well. And otherwise, quality. Quality is independent of both this. Quality is quality. It doesn't care for time. It doesn't care for budget. But both restraints are there. Quality is independent of your orders. It says, no, I have to do this way. But time is there, so I cannot change. You cannot change me until it's approved. And cost. Cost says you cannot spend more than what's given. So where you are independent, all three factors are doing their domain. They don't care for you. None of these care for you. None of this cares for you. Do whatever you want. We are there. We will rule you. You will not rule us. We are trapped then. What to do? That is what you have to do. Plan. Time says, use me. Time says, use me. And money says, use me this much. And quality says, you know I can be exceeded also if I can be reduced. So you are in confusion what to do. Yes, you will remain in confusion because you are not sure. And if you are sure, these three will run away and you will be there. Control time. You will make a plan. When you have a plan, you can control cost. You will load your resources accordingly. Human resources, equipment resources, money, and all resources, and quality as well, and safety as well, all that. And of course, time. You cannot allow more. This is called application of mind. You have to analyze time factors. You have to analyze cost factors. You have to analyze quality factors and immerse somewhere safety factors and other factors. There are so many other factors which are not prime important, but they are. That is what we have to see. There are so many inputs and there are so many outputs which are not measurable, which are not seen, but they are. They are in process flow. They are in flow. You cannot stop. You have to interact with other disciplines. You have to interact with vendors. You have to interact with managers. You have to interact with your staff. You have to interact with so many others. But these three factors cannot change. You cannot spend more. You cannot reduce quality. You cannot reduce time. You can reduce, but you cannot increase time. That is what mastery is required. Contemplation of measure of what your thoughts are required. What do you think actually? How you have to sit day and night and to work out. That is called scheme. That's called planning. That's called programming. It's not simply Prime Avira or members project. No. That is here. What you are doing. It's you to see how you do it. You catch hold of time first, or you catch hold of quality first, or you can catch hold of cost first. You have to see. If you can see which one is best for you, you can decide. But my thought is different. I will catch hold of time first. Because time doesn't allow me to go away. It holds me. So I'll put time first on my frame. This is my control point. And with that control point, I can proportionally give time to all other activities to come in between those two limits. And because now I have defined my activity-based times within these two constraints, I can say this is time for my structure. This is time for my services. This is time for my testing and commissioning. This is time for my procurement. I can say that. This can be in master plan, level 1. And when I say this is structural time, I bind myself. I cannot, and no float on that. I can decide quantity of that, quantity of concrete, quantity of other items, because the structure involves concrete or structural steel, whatever. You know that quantity, you can proportionally distribute resources of manpower on that. And that fixity of manpower can move proportionally uniformly, which would dictate everything. Your time for structural activity is fixed, then all others shall be decided accordingly. And when you have complete management of time and loading of resources, human power, then you have to decide how to control quality and safety. That is a secondary factor that time. You have to stand on time and on cost. You can say, this is my cost. I cannot do less than this. This is my practical budget. This is my work allocation cost-wise. And give me this budget or forget this work. I don't care how much you plan in your national budget. I want this on this project budget. Or you affect quality. If you can't afford that, okay, I don't need this higher material. I can cut this material. I can use cheap material. Then quality will be affected. I cannot afford this type of work. You reduce standard of this work. This means quality will be affected. Quality of project will be affected. You will import substandard work. Substandard mean of standard wise, means material standard wise. I wanted this item from Italy, but I have to use this from Rajasthan. You can say that. But that quality must be there then. So this is very different. You cannot blindly say, I have done this bar chart and this is my plan. This is not your plan, this is scrap. It's only time management. You did only time management. Bar chart is time management, you think? That is time management chart. That is plan. Only plan, not planning. Because planning cannot be in isolation. You have to see resources and inputs of standards both. If you can do that, then you can say, yes, it is perfect. Then you can develop level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, all these. Just giving printouts in color and certain links to activities is no planning. That is delusion. A person on site, layman, does not understand that. You are not able to tell them what material actually we need, temporary material. You are giving only permanent material. You are not giving temporary requirement, preparatory requirement. You are not giving details of safety and quality. You are giving just time management. And you are just writing cost from your planner, from a cost controller, not from real cost. And certainly this will not work. If there was some error in bidding or some error in controls of cost, it's not problem of site guy. You made an error, what I do? Give me solution of that error first, then accept me my budget. Otherwise, don't. Shall you learn this in PMP? Never. If managers know this, if MBA knows this, then no need of engineer on that. Management is one part, but analysis is another part. You cannot maintain quality if you did not consider it. Man who designed it first go was not having any information about this. How could that person do that? Or he might have imagined something, assumed something as usual. Okay, this is conventional practice. This happens, so we are assuming this. Assuming is assuming only. It's not factual. What shall you do then? Shall you dump that plan? Or what to do? No, you can't dump that also. This is project. You have to force those people to solve it. Change budget or change quality. Either have to. Don't complain to me later on. What was to be done? I don't accept this. They will simply say diplomatically, manage it. I have got this gift from many people. Manage it. What manage it? You know what is that management? You don't know that. That is very different kind of management. Bureaucratic management, business management, very different kind of management. I cannot digest that. And that is very extraordinary. And that is cheat people. Believe me. They think that level. You have to manage. You means you procure material from some vendor and don't pay. Or pay half. That is that criminal management. And this happens. Means you procure material on credit and never pay them. Or pay them delayed one. Then you have, okay, we have money, we'll pay you. Can you get quality that way? Tell me. This is profession. Because your start was bad, you didn't have complete input, you didn't think on that, and you say I'm consultant. You're consultant, you're cost controller, you're planner, you're designer. You just wrote on drawing, this material should be used, or just you're written in your specification, this should be used, without taking into consideration cost or quality criteria. You please your employer, what material is given, very good, very good, very good. You did not take cost into consideration. You did not have budget of that one. Because you are not inclined to budget, you are inclined to design only. You are inclined to deliver your design in time. I had to deliver this time on that day, and write whatever you write, or I had to dispose of specification that day. You write anything in that. This material should be used. You didn't know cost of that material. This steel should be used. You didn't know cost of the steel. That is what is required. It is not that easy as we think. No professor shall teach you. You have to teach yourself by your experience. Your experience shall teach you. I suffered some time. I was involved with some bidding for some commercial projects, and I saw time is very limited. Means you don't have time to work out your quantities. What to do? We have only so many days left, and we have to submit this tender, and no BOQ, and BOQ is there that can be relied upon. Means you must be sure that BOQ is right. You don't know quantities, and there are hundreds of items in every building. And they have previous records, which are called records of companies, and you can take out those records, see what prices you quoted in that, and what the square meter area of that. Okay, per square meter is the big quote on one. Is that highway? You don't have a choice. But when you worked on project, you were getting losses because you never studied. If I am working on some building project, or for tendering, or for bidding, or for designing, I should know quantities of every item. From excavation to finishing, all. I have to know. I cannot estimate otherwise. But tender we have to submit, no way out. Just divide and see what area comes, and you add some percentage, some final tender. That practice is stupidity. There can be variation in quantities. There can be variation in quality, in the specifications. You must analyze everything. But because your honor says you have to do it, it's a question of my bid. That person does not understand ins and outs. And it doesn't listen to you. Because there's some other person to pull your legs in that company. What shall you do? That is what I say. Even in construction, it's difficult. Because they won't simply blame you. It is because of you are getting losses. I don't understand meaning of that. You are not allowing me to work. You want to do rapidly. You are in competition. You want to get job. You just negotiate and discount, and then you are blaming me that why isn't? There's competition in the market. There's competition. What I do? I can't help it. Jobs are few, and buyers are more people to do that job. What to do? That is very important. Means you are trapped in such a profession where commercial is ruling you. Commerce is ruling you, not profession, not your engineering profession, not your quality, not something. So on contracts, time is fixed. If you see any contract document or tender document, you will know that. Maybe you have an exposure, I can't say, because you have exposure to designs only, then you can't expose to contract. Because if contract is a failure, design is failure, just think design is no meaning. Design get no meaning. Designs have no meaning if you cannot do that. And then specifications are there, procedures are there, codes are there. You have to work accordingly, or you cannot do that. That is called quality. That is called system. But here, I'm not finding that. And also in other countries now, degradation has started, deterioration has started due to some many problems. Somewhere language problem, documents are in Arabic, drawing or some other thing. They don't understand English very well. Well, maybe now they are understanding, but in those when I was young, they can't understand. You cannot communicate with them. You write something to the reader. Oh, you are writing to us. Just call me or telephone me and do the other. Nobody listens to you. They don't care what you are writing. You should have called me. I will answer you. I can't control that. But contract is written writing. You have to deliver in time. You can't wait. That is what the problem lies in. Contract is very clear. Drawings are very clear. Documents are very clear. If not clear, we are not clear. We are not clear. Problem is that. How can you help it? Nobody listens to you. But you are here under pressure. That they rely upon you. They don't listen to you, but they rely upon you. Because they are bureaucratic. You are not bureaucratic. You are a technical layman. When you are on site, you are on location, in field exposure, you are layman. They consider you layman. Because they are using mind, you are not using mind. You are using your legs and your hands. They are using mind. You are working on their given drawings, so you are your layman. Okay, I am layman, no problem. But give money to layman. They don't give money also. There's a constraint, there's a budget problem. You manage within this. And when word of management comes, means it's a murder. I should consider management equal to murder, part murder. A degree of murder means management. Just like murder and management, same thing, governance. Governance is also murder. If you want to kill people, govern them. You kill them. That's governance. So in profession, if somebody says manage it, this means steal it. What is management? I am manager. I have 10 staff with me. Paper comes, okay, you do action, 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 give information. You collect information from 5-10 people and you make your letter. This is done. You are a manager. Don't apply your mind, don't think on that. There is some adverse comment comes, pass again to them, respond to this, and then this is management. Yes, this is management. If you want to work, this is management. I am manager. I am MBA. What do you know? I have to respond in meeting, not you, because I am manager. I have to go to meeting and respond. What you are doing, just giving information, that's it. I have to explain to them. This is management. Means you do nothing with you. They call it donkey work. I am not going to do. They call it donkey work. Detailed work is donkey work and paper action is manager work. Act. You are manager if you write action, please. and you are donkey if you are doing hard work. This is development in this age. You have not to work yourself. You just take work from others and deliver it. That's it. That's what everyone is doing. Government is doing same. Ministers are doing same. All are doing same. So companies are doing same. Organizations are doing same. You call. I just give an example of Airtel. Very example. You know Airtel? I have internet connection. I have telephone, mobile telephone from you. What happened once? I just recharged my mobile. I spent 149 rupees on that for recharge. It didn't work. It gave a slip. Yes, your payment received, but didn't charge. I called them, mail to them. No, we have not received this amount. How you do not receive this amount? There's a transmission, there's a transaction number State Bank has given me, and you are saying, listen, no, we have no such number. We will give some time, I'll check. Okay, I give 10 days. They did not respond. Again, I wrote to them, no, we have nothing, we didn't say anything. From my account, I have said it, there is a transaction. No, you contact your bank, they will respond. I contact my bank. They clear, no, they settled this. Same day they settled this. Again, you ask them, what they do every time you write to them, telephone you. They will not read that. Just telephone you, what's your problem? So you get angry. I get angry, of course. You bloody nonsense, you don't read. They don't read. They just, oh, this mail has come, just tell me what's the problem. You cannot read that. I have got on that transaction at least 10 phones, 15 phones from Airtel. Every time they call me. You write something, you call me and eat your mind. And then again happened. 1 month has gone, no solution. Was 149 rupees. No solution. The State Bank says, no, we have given this. It's settled. And I said to them, what's your problem? Oh my God, are you stupid? Whenever I write, they call me. You read it? You can't read it? Are you foolish? You stupid people. I told them you are stupid people. What service you are giving? Only harassing people? You are charging 149 from me. You are not successfully charging. Maybe there may be lakhs of people like that. You are getting money free of cost, free of work. Still, this is not solved. I am giving you an example how today people want to work. They don't want to see paper. They don't want to see any responsibility. No responsibility. Just talk to you and finish it. They say, okay, don't worry. It's gone. Message is clear. Gone is gone. Question is not of 149 rupees. Question is system. It is your system. You are responsible for this. I am not responsible for that. Bank says we have settled. We have sent money. They say we don't receive money. Where should I go? You are educated people or you are foolish people. You are chowkidar. What you are? You cannot say anything. You don't understand English. You just phone and call and settle on phone. It's done. No, give me mail answer. I want by mail. Maybe I have to go to consumer court. I will go. It's not question of 149 rupees. Question is of response. Question of integrity. Where we are living? Which world? Means you don't care for others. You care for your system is wrong. Get it effective one. Spend money on that. Keep some IT engineer there, administrator there. It is your responsibility. Even if you take 1 rupee, it's not question of 1 rupee or 10 rupees. The question is system. You cannot harass people. If you call me 10 times, this is a harassment. Why should I be harassed by you? You are my service provider. You serve me. But you are calling me every time, disturbing me. I have to talk to you for nothing. If bank is saying money has gone and you are saying money not, what I have to do in that? You check. Screen out where is problem. Why are you asking me? But people respond this way. What to do? I really hate this type of method. In that way, I can say email or this computer world is sometimes very, very, because irritating. They just want to harass you. And moreover, sometimes they don't have even email IDs. You go to some website, no, they don't have email IDs. Keep on searching and searching and searching. You won't be able to mail. They have their own system. You feedback and they never opens. What I'm saying is, there's a deterioration of professions everywhere. It's a deterioration. And in our profession, construction, we cannot tolerate this. We cannot tolerate it. Because due to lack of safety, if somebody falls from height and dies, it's loss of life. It's loss of life, loss of family to that worker belongs. It's liability. It costs millions and crores. Loss of time, loss of human power. If there's loss of machine also, it's loss. If my machine breaks down, it's costing me. Because depreciation is there on machine, time is there on machine, that operator sits without work, machine sits without work, that's also a loss. And my time is lost. My workers are sitting without work because machine is not working. So how many losses are there? Idling of machine, idling of workforce, idling of my supervision. How many losses are these? Because of some missing arrangement. Either I am not able to maintain my machine, I am not able to service it in time as required, or there's something is missing. But we are not bothering. When we bother, when report comes, so many hours are wasted. Loss of machine hours, loss of human resources hours. That hours then. How it happened? How did it happen? How this law? You earn these losses. What shall you do? What are you doing site? Nobody shall bother that I asked them or wrote to them. They did not send mechanic, or they did send responsible person to repair that, or to do something else. That is in air, that is gone. But loss of human resources is there. Loss of machine hours are there. Is that professional work? Do you accept this? But you are not independent. Nobody cooperates you. Nobody cares for something. They say, okay, leave it as it is, no problem. So where should you go? Question is, it's not question of what I'm saying, that one. Every day this happens. Every day this happens. This means you have to be maintainer yourself. If you are responsible, you have to take care of machines also yourself, equipment also, because these are heavy. Whatever equipment you have, these of course are not free. Are you to pay for hire your own equipment? Depreciation cost is there. Loss of time means you have to manage it in time. You have to keep an eye on this, is working or not working. Or you hire a person from market and repair it. Whatever way you go, it's your responsibility. Because this will save your manpower also. You have to take care of that. Or immediately you have to relocate your human resources. Because they are sitting idle. Is that also not a part of planning and management? That's a part of planning and management. Idling is wastage, complete wastage. 50% efficiency wastage is also wastage. Yes, out of 8 hours, if you say 1 hour for relaxing, for means human angle, if you involve in that, that's fine. If they work 7 hours a day, really, in fact, or in totality, they work taking lunch or taking something. Or even say 6 hours, if they are efficient people, they give performance. I can digest that. But destruction, total deterioration of these resources cannot be digested. That is crime, you can say, kind of criminal action. Because it's not because company is losing or gaining, it's not because of company, because my mind doesn't accept that. Because I am also resource. When I work, I have to be a part of resource. If I am not able to accept my own loss, my own man hours, how can I accept losses of others? Means I have to see myself, if I am here for 10 hours, 12 hours, or even at home I think of this. how much benefit I am getting to my profession, how much best use I am making of my energy, how can I manage my time. If I can do that successfully, I can manage time of machine, time of human resources, time of all others. Because all my mind depends upon their activity. What I think, how I plan myself. If I think to start an activity, maybe half of those people are either short or they are in more supply required. Means my mind opens site clearances. It clears site, you can start new one. So we have to take it completely differently. No books will help you that way. Book is available in the mind. Scripts are in your mind. Use those scripts. That is called thinking. Thinking. It is thinking. You are a think tank. Make it as a think reservoir. Then make it think sea. That is important. Don't limit yourself. Because if you have habit of thinking, you cannot sleep first of all. Means you cannot sleep long hours. So I want to sleep 8 hours or 9 hours. No, you cannot. If you think more, you cannot sleep more. If you think less, you can sleep and sleep, no problem. As much active your mind is, that is good for health. Because action of mind means brilliance, means enlightenment. Stress which you're getting physically can be released by action of your mind. Because you get pleasure also when your mind works. Because if you are thinking positively and working positively, if you are not using your mind for harming someone else, you are using positively, you are not destructive, it is going to affect that way. That is what profession is, nothing but thinking. And we call definition of profession advanced thinking, advanced study, and thinking is a study. Study, it is also practical study, which is more valuable than your academical study. Because you are using your academical study in your practical study. So this is in fact corroboration of your learning. It is ratification that you learned something. You have to ratify yourself. You have to corroborate yourself. Yes, I learned this and verified this. And that is called experience. That is called expertise. That you explain what you have done, why you have done, what's the reason for that. How it relates to theory, how it relates to theory you learned, how it relates to current environment. That is all is practical. In that case, you will find errors in designs. You will certainly find errors in design. Oh, this is not, there's some error in design. Check it. You have to check it. Once I was dealing on a bid of pipeline. It was, you can say, very long pipeline. And this document came to me to study. I reviewed that. 4 lakh cubic meter of concrete was shown in that. 400,000 cubic meter RCC was shown in that. It was South Korean design. I was a little surprised. South Korean design, 4 lakh cubic meter of concrete is shown in that. How it is? After all, if you get this much quantity, you will shock your mind. I calculated out. After all, forget design. Length of pipe is known. You have to see basis of that. For carrying this, you have to provide basis of that pipe. Because it's over ground pipe. Means the rest of ground is not embedded. And okay, I had length. General design is there, standard width is there, this is width of that, and this. I calculated, means it's not coming in half. And they are saying 400,000 cubic meter. I twice and thrice I checked, means I was not accepting, I didn't accept that. I raised a question. I talked to some people also, means they say, are they going to construct nuclear reactors? What they are going to do? Because a nuclear reactor will find many thick elements are here because of gamma rays and those rays protection. They are not penetrated. There are so many other things. It's a pipeline. Okay, sleepers are there, foundations are there, so many other structures are, but on average, it should be more than, I think, it should be more than 140,000 or 125,000 max. Then I raised this point. People will laugh, why you are raising this? No, I don't do this. I don't accept this. My estimator told me, okay, but it's not possible. They won't accept this. Okay, well, this is my observation. It's up to you. Accept you. If you want to submit tender on this basis, submit this your job. You lose this job. They don't accept this, of course. So they didn't say anything. They sent this question was sent. What they did, some sent revised bill. They did not comment on what observation was. And the quantity was 140,000 in place of 400,000. From 400,000, they brought it to 140,000. Less than 200,000 is 50%. They were 140,000. 14 upon 40 means how much? 40 into 2.5 times. 35%. Means they were using 65% redundantly. Because of computer, because of what, I don't know. So if people work like this, imagine. Means proof check is one thing, but you have to apply your mind also. Even if there's something wrong in computer is computer. Computer doesn't think. You are thinking. You should have experience. If somebody gives by, says, okay, this is a column 30 by 30 centimeter, you and take you 1 meter foundation. Can you accept that? 1 meter foundation for what? 1 meter depth of footing. There should be some reason for that. But if you say, no, there's 1 meter, take it. Can you take it that? Sometimes it happens by error, that calculation error is there, or they don't even think of that. That's what I'm saying. We have to be little pragmatic. Means we should know actually what result should be. It's not simply we accept what somebody says. I use some structural, you can say, I'll show you what I'm telling about. It is something very different. I was interested in talking about contracts today, but I changed my mind a little, and I'm going to show you certain line work which I had in my mind. I'll show you that one. To see this, actually, for example, this is a profile. This is a kind of pentagon or polygon, you may say, with extended sides. And this, I think, can be a profile in plan. And I'll show you next one as well. This is square. And it's extended on all four sides. Square, you can get a profile. And you go further down. Why I'm showing you, I'll talk of that one. If I should see what are those profiles. This other one. It's just a square with only two sides extended. And this other one, then just see. It's simple, means two parallel sides and one crossing them at angle, an acute angle, and then see other one. There's a profile which is like an arrow sign. Arrow that we use. And there's a profile here which is this normal, means a kind of design. Now you see there's a profile here. You may understand what is this I'm talking of. There's a swastika, and at an 45 angle is connected a cruciform here. Can see in plan? There's a swastika inserted among 45 angle cruciform. It's a profile, and then there's a profile here, which is a mark of interrogation. Profile is a mark of interrogation here. You see this one here. This it's like that. There's no specific standard sign, but this means a fork type. Then you can see other one, which is this is arrow with what do you call it? Arrow is there and a kind of sagging or dhanush. It's like that. Then something I like to say. A joint A, B, C. Other one. Oh, slight balance. Machine only. And so reduction in angle is you have an angle and these are shaped accordingly. There's a triangular extension as I said before, something special in this. And then there's another one. It's like it's a different one. And it's like a plier, you can see. Plier type. And see it, you can see this one. So pi r square. Pi r square, you know what that formula? Let's see what's going on. This is a little consistent, but different shapes. You have taken the long line, then two short lines are 45 mm. And that's the other one. Profile. And then maybe you have seen this mark somewhere. This is Shakti mark or mark of David, King David in Israel, and this mark also in our country, which is for Devi, Shakti, whatever we call it, double triangle. And this other one, which is a different one, star. is another star type. There's another one that is very different. You coffee within coffee. And this is different location of some letters. Then so here is the same. And there's another one. So probably um, actually it's like this, kind of Om sign, Om, and this is just a blank, a courtyard within, covered, enclosed courtyard and building around. And there is another design, is the simple one, another one. And there's another one. Hashtag like. Check them call. Oh, that's it. One hexagon, real hexagon, and there's octagon. Another one is scissor-like. Scissor-like is like this design, different type. So lambda type, where lambda symbol. Because a symbol like eta, you can say it's this palm profile. It's a sequence of something. Actually, this is mirror on both sides of one religious symbol, and this is the pentagon. I show you. There's a different levels as I showed you before. There's a different level, one upper, one below. This is also another different levels in this same swastika on different levels. Cut it in various levels. Is also cut in again. Is cut in sections. Is also cut in again. Different cuts at levels. Again, cut in previous one. You can see that. And then cut in again. Yeah, cut in here. This is a cut in on hexagon. There are both these triangles, and there's a cut in again here. It's looking like flowers, something. This is here. Another one cut in. So the cut in of that previous one. This is another cut in. Cut in here. This is another cut in here. Cut in for that. Another cut in here. Another cut in. Same one in previous one. Cut in here. Cut in. I think all cut ins now, same profiles. So that architecture is completely different. And then a different structure for that. Another cut in. Another cut in. Many other you can make, and you know, this take time to think and make it. Another one cut in here, octagonal profile. So one cut in here. Octagonal hexagonal profile cut in. Cut in here. Let's cut in here. Cut in here, see this one. Do something. So it's generally a symbol which is used by on walls. People do it. Oh, it's called. And like this, you know. My purpose was to show to you what actually is required is something different. And, well, I have to find a page I explained to you. Just looking after that page now. This. Yes, it's there. Purpose, which is these sketches that I just tried to show to you. These are not actually normal sketches. These are, you can say, lines of building. These are not design sketches to show as art. These are something structural, you can say, frames. And what was the purpose of that? What I'm saying is structural conception for architectural support or aid. Now, based on complete structural conception and visualization, keeping abreast all types of forces, a three-dimensional structure shall be subject to during intended normal service lifetime, considering various uses, architectural requisites, keeping economic considerations in first place, assimilating new ideas which so far has been neglected, though available freely in global society, literature, imparting rhythm vertical and horizontal expressions with uniformity and harmony, satisfying all requirements of principles of architecture of modern and postmodern era. Structures, profiles of various kinds, shapes, cultures, etc., are being expressed in terms of simple designs, which could be by application of efforts of civil and structural engineers to imagine and conceive the extended base to struggling and searching professionals, architects about new idea or dream structures who always feel short of these conceptions of structures to accommodate required spaces for proposed use criteria. As always, building designs flows from architecture desk to structural desk and vice versa. And back to structural detail desks for incorporation of many alterations and changes with whole conceptual intuitive profile being far different from what architect originally dreamed, with the face fact that the final results or shape shall be dictated by structural provisions. Thousands of structures could be dreamed and designed preliminary and space would be set in, but for this outstanding objective and target and unified approach and cooperation between two professionals is certainly a prerequisite which lacks practically all over world or globally due to professional egos and valuation of professional personality measurements, while fact remains that building shall be likely to collapse if structure miscarries functionally according to the architectural estimates. Amendments can be applied to architectural faults if an excellent, durable, and sound structure has been erected. So this conflict between architect and engineer must be avoided. This is what I have to say. Both have to move in one line, both have to be on the same page. Owner or client is not concerned about professional differences between two designers, architect and engineer, but certainly very much concerned about ultimate results of investments made on building projects and in terms of an efficient and good delivery of goods with profitable returns as expected in owner's initial estimates of project promotion in relation to overall costs. Expectation is right one, is right of honor, client, society, and designers must respect and respond to this fact without any regard to architectural and structural engineering differences among building engineering professionals. Beauty of skin and excellent makeup. Beauty of skin and excellent makeup shall not be much useful for long if bones, muscles, and complete mechanism of body are defective. A structural designer should be a strong enough, dynamic, efficient in all professional approaches. Client must know facts of structural responsibilities, importance and significances. If an excellent structure is designed preliminary, it shall virtually generate architecture in certain cases when imagination of architecture steps down and preliminary design of structure shall provide a track for architectural training. What I'm saying again, if an excellent structure is designed preliminarily, it shall virtually generate architecture or project new architecture in certain cases where imagination of architecture steps down and preliminary design of our structure shall provide or provides a track of our architectural training. Architectural professional is morally and professionally required to consult in every respect before taking up assignment from owner or client and must involve a structural professional in generating scheme and advise client about levels of responsibilities in project management team. This problem shall not appear in case owner appoints a civil engineer for project management of promotions. Even though no structural professional can guarantee 100% accuracy of buildings in all sorts, but something is always better than nothing. Architect neglecting structural or civil engineer shall always produce defective and substandard buildings, and this is not fair in profession for dealing client as such. as most clients do not know about this matter subject. Reasonably good building shall be produced by a combined management of team of civil or structural engineer, architectural engineer, building services engineers, specialist engineers, expert construction contractor, and intelligent and prudent financier or promoter or owner. An unified approach in preliminary design consideration has to be adopted in respect of estimated and anticipated forces due to dead load imposed of live loads, weather effects, impact load, sonic booms effect, explosion effect, seismic or earthquake effect, wind effect, vibration effect, temperature changes effect, three-dimensional movement effects, two-dimensional movement effect, shear walls effect, pores effect, perforations effect, material hysteresis effect, creep effect, redistribution of forces, thermal stresses, torsional effects, strain in concrete, secondary stresses, effects due to foundation, behavior, settlement, stability, instability, effects and estimates, and not least. Too much of these factors considerations depend on experience, attainments, and understanding of engineer about overall judgment regarding structure. Every designer may adopt different approach in making structure. Complete planning, detailed design analysis, design checks shall depend upon preliminary design decisions that other disciplines should follow that to make a sensible, rational structure which is named as professional structure. This part of job shall affect construction cost during lifetime of structures. To keep maintenance cost low, designer must think at length and come out with many alternatives. Fix one as best of various brain children. This approach shall provide a bank of generalized structures with designer which shall enable designer to count on bank on future projects to minimize cost and attempt research on subject. Once a project is completed, designer and all related managers leave that place and may never go back to that structure for years together to observe or check predicted performance or intended performance was predicted. Factual loads structure takes may differ from what were assumed during designs and use of structure be entirely different. Architectural aspect shall definitely alter its look after years, and probably architects shall not like to see defaced elevations. Practically, desired maintenance shall never be carried out after many decades. Behavior of original structure changes, redistribution of forces and stresses shall take place and vary by many percentages of original assumed or calculated quantities or magnitudes rendering unwanted movements and torsional stresses. Therefore, it's stressed that at planning stage, structural and architectural professionals must work together sincerely and seriously for betterment of project and and speedy and society, keeping in view all foregoing aspects and produce as far as possible a good erectile structure by real supervision with adherence to strict quality controls. Profiles which I have just showed to you, these are only profiles, means structure is advised. These profiles are based on adoption of 11-meter center of columns of frame in general, maintaining a floor height of 3.5 meter, Spacing grids 5 meter center, but shall vary at intersections of or change in direction of center line where lifts and staircases have been arranged. I am saying 11 meters. This is my contemplation only. You can take 5 meter, 5 meter, 5 meter, whatever way you want to take, but I have just considered it envelope wise. Just I consider envelope in my mind, and with that I did this. 11 meter means not a bad idea. You can take 11 meters also or whatever. Occupant shall escape to fire-free zones in case of fire breakout. Fire is very difficult case to handle because you cannot control fire. Fire is your enemy. It doesn't care for anybody, and you cannot store it, and you have to exhaust it. You have to win over this. Occupant shall escape to fire-free zones in case fire breaks out. Wind shall affect only on one side of some cases. Community feeling shall develop by living in same building. Complex with security arrangements shall cost comparatively less and affordable. Set of such buildings shall extend to formation of self-contained complexes or integrated plans of colonies by extending layout to include all modern facilities needed in such modern complexes or cities. Construction of such structure shall be repetitive, simple, and better. Control can be effected easily. Structures can be applied to residential, commercial, and office accommodations. In general, a height for 13 number of levels is suggested, and a raft or normal piles foundations would work in areas of a normal bearing capacity and shall in fact depend on soil investigation results adopted by concerned engineer. An attempt has been made to eliminate cantilever projection or provision in all respects to make the structure more resistant to seismic effects and unnecessary stresses which are expected by virtue of inclusion of cantilevers in general. No claim is made for profiles, but hope that proposals shall definitely assist in formation of further new ideas by very senior engineers distinguished in building engineering field of design and construction, and also architects not to keep themselves in darkness of personality clashes with civil and structural engineers, but to think for betterment of society as a whole. This is a noting given to support this profile, which says that simple structures are better than complicated structures. Sometimes simplicity of structure doesn't mean design is simple or performance is simple. It's very difficult sometimes. But we have to consider integrity of system, integrity of management of structure, because the structure is not in isolation. Beams and columns and slabs or whatever you include as component part of structure can never be in isolation. They have to move together. Just like example of a stove, this stove, which is very small one, maybe 1.5 feet high, or 2 feet by 2 feet, or 1 feet by 1 feet. It gets a slab on top, and there's some small framing of timber, and all these frames are bound together at footing level. You have that idea in your mind regarding your stool, and if you understand that idea, you can design building as a stool, and that is called a unit. It's very simple in saying I'm designing a stool, but technology is very difficult. You consider whole building as a stool and design it. That is called a structural integration in mind. You have a concept that my building is like this, and you have to do accordingly. You are not going to calculate separate column, separate beam, something. You are going to analyze your whole three-dimensional frame. And how you do it, that's up to you. I'm not saying, I'm not designing here, I'm not talking about design, just going a concept I'm taking in so that it can help construction work. Construction work requires simplicity. It doesn't expect complicated fascia or complicated reduction. If uniformity is there in design, means columns go from ground to top and beams and all slabs. in a systematic pattern so that you can repeat your formwork, you can repeat your suspended slabs, you can repeat your economically all, and your accessibility of material to top level goes with ease. That is what's called, what I am concerned is about constructability or buildability of structure. Buildability and constructability sometimes takes time and cost. If you have to change size of column, size of beams, or size of other, you have to repeat shutters. You cannot repeat same shutters, but with a high speed. Or if there is a symmetry in that, you can use the slab system in precast factory and on-cast system. You can use for columns and supporting beams. There are so many ways that can be done, and people have been doing this. It's been being done. Means quality is more in control when you are doing slabs, precast slabs in your yard or in your factory under control, under steam curing. This is called autoclaving, which means best quality you are assessing and only cast in situ columns and supporting beams to do at site. Your beam will not take much time. Your column will not take much time because forms of column can be removed in 24 to 48 hours. And only suspended beams are there which are not going to stop your work. Only you are precasting in your yard or factory and transport from there all these and erect on the site on prepared basis of beams and then put a diaphragm on that, cast in situ diaphragm. This is precast, general technology. Conventional one means foundations you are doing in cast in situ. You have to do all groundwork, then you are doing all beams at ground level and you are raising columns cast in situ and doing certain beam portion only. And then you repeat that. You bring your precast members, install them, and so that they should actually unit, you have to apply maybe 5 centimeter, 6 centimeters, 7 centimeter thick, or 8 centimeter thick concrete on that, RCC on that, so that it acts as unit, a diaphragm, horizontal portion which has to take loads, and it has to use a unit of slab in connection with columns. That connections you have to do with that, and it saves your construction time of your shuttering formwork of slab, and that is time saving. And you're casting in your factory, which means you are having quality on that. This quality, you see impression of precast, is very good one, and you are steam curing these, means you are saving them much time. That is possible if you have symmetrical design. If you have design that can repeatedly be done, it's good one. That was only my purpose for just consuming such profiles. I know I'm not going to do that. Just a child my mind gave me, think like this, and spanning you can do yourself, no problem. And this you can give it to any shape. I will show you certain drawings I did long back manually on graph paper otherwise, which gives us like plans or three-dimensional plans, or I can say bird's eye view. Those I'll show you some 30-40 drawings with me. I'll show you later on. This is a very old one, just to provide a concept of how to think, how to produce a complicated or not complicated scheme for self-containment or self-containment of complex is called integrated planning, which is in fashion these days, which is supported through all buildings by parking, car parking, or normal nursing home or normal shopping, small complex and substations around, and internal road, pavement and planting and landscape, along with fence and gate, entry gate to that complex. Such types of plans I did in 92, 93, long back. Cannot imagine today in computer world, but I'll share with you that just to make you more clear about, though it's not software with me, I have to show this old pages by just on this, so that at least, if not very good paper, it is information, just like I showed you from this book. This is a fortune behind this book. I showed to you that work I'll do later on. Purpose of this was just to apprise you about what engineer thinks, what a person, layman, you may call me layman engineer, thinks on site. Layman thinks that I must have clear drawings without any headache. I have to means easy coordination and easy buildability of those elements which are required to be manufactured on site, produced on site. That ease of working on project management, which saves time of activities and which saves or which is safer than others, quality wise also, quantity wise also, both, and time is managed. That was the purpose of this. Now coming back to other one, design is one part. Design, there are very big experts, very top experts. I'm not that one. They are interested in design, they are doing it. But again, I have to stress, design without professional construction got no meaning at all. If it cannot be achieved, it cannot be done. It should be done in a way it should be done. Professionalism must exist, but professionalism can exist only when real meaning of profession can be understood. Everybody is professional, that is right too. Everybody is honorable, that is right too. But work is important. If work is not done the way it should be done, you cannot call that a professional work. And it's not really good to do something with which you are not happy. If I am doing something myself and I'm not pleased with that, I'm satisfied with that, I think there is no sense in claiming that one, because construction is not one day job. It takes months and years. Even for a small house, you take couple of months, but nobody cares. I have seen one storm water drain which is called swale, covered swale, is being constructed here around the city, and it's very simple design, but where they are working is rubbish. It's simply a trench excavation of say 1.2 to 1.5 meter deep, generally submit maybe 1.2 or 1.3 meter width. They are excavating by machine, of course they are breaking all surfaces, whatever coming in way. It's just, its design is that base 150 mm or to the walls and slab. That's it. This is what they are designing, and that's embedded in road. It's not superstructure, it's embedded in, means they have to excavate. Excavation is without thought. They don't know where pipes are coming, where electric cables are moving, where telephone cables are moving. Just go on excavating, breaking whatever, and then reconstituting that. You first break and add pipe where pipe is there or something else where that's there. Well, this is no control. This means there is no record available. Nobody knows what to do. And then they excavate without any plan. Just excavate. Okay, no problem. But they are not even compacting that. They didn't compact that. They just do that compaction. They blinding concrete or lean concrete. Call in this country lean concrete. They lay concrete same day without compaction or anything. Other day they do raft work or the base slab. All reinforcement is rusted. They bring band bar and throw it, and the band bars means 12-meter bar band one. I don't understand this technology, why engineers accept this, but they have no engineer here who is asked. They themselves are not thinking. I have not seen any engineer here. Even if they come, who knows engineer has come. But I did not find any interface. If rusted bars are being used, there is no check. Yes, of course, I find some level surveyor. They check levels. So level is okay, fine, excavation level, but compaction is not done. Of course, this once you excavate by excavator, there's disturbance of consolidated soil, it disturbs. Yes, you must come back to achieve field density, field dry density. Who knows field dry density here? What is field dry density? I never heard. Yes, I excavated, I just put in and put my concrete there, and that's all. Do not know what is compactor, what is vibrator, how can you do that? I don't understand that. Nobody knows it. Just put concrete and start work. Okay, start work. Steel rubbish is used, no problem. State and bar after bringing from Philippines, then cut them and use them rusted parts. Nobody, no bother, what, no problem. Nobody kills. Then the walling, no profile, nothing, just a cast without vibrator. What's problem? It will not fall, it is not building. No vibrator, cast it. And even this vibrator, who bothers? You do it and then do stop slab on that. Whatever we do it, no problem. This X joint, construction joint is scared or not scared, what's scared, not scared. And this is going to be water returning instead of water flowing. So there should be stopper at bottom, base and wall. There's no stopper, nothing. This means purpose will be no meaning. Water can leak through that joint between base and wall connection. And after doing slab of top, they put earth on that. Good. This is professional engineering. This is professional engineering in a swale, small swale or drain water. Drain, you can say, precast drain. I'm sorry, cast in situ drain. And this is all over city. This is called smart city. Smart city of Faridabad. This is work in a smart city. If this is quality in a smart city, I don't know what shall be quality in other cities. You know better than me. I cannot say. But what I am saying, I don't understand. Believe me, my fraternity, what they are doing. I'm not criticizing them, but I'm not finding their involvement. That is pinching me. Is your involvement with contractor good? Only. Is your involvement in measuring and payment good? Only. Is that involvement adequate? Or you have to involve yourself with activities? Yes, it is drawing, I agree. It's not structural item, I agree. It's no building, I agree. But it is concrete. Can quality of concrete drawing be different than quality in column? Is it acceptable? How it is acceptable? No one is checking anything here. Just mixer tries and mixes down, drops concrete and runs away. Well, I can't show anything. I put many photographs on their website, Smart City website, Faridabad Smart City. Many photos I found sometime all this appeared from these. Means your complaint is meaningless because you have no right to complain. What we are doing is right. We are government. Who are you? It's not question of government or no government. Question is, it's my nation. Work is done by private or by government got no meaning for me. Quality doesn't know it's government quality or private quality. Quality doesn't know anything. Quality knows that should be done accordingly. So specification is meaningless for me. System is meaningless for me. Design is meaningless for me. What happens future is meaningless for me. I am excavating without compaction. I'll concrete and backfill. I will not compact. I will just finish my job and pay to my contractor. That's my business. I need not come. I said, trying. I should come here for stand on side. Why no need? This contract is there. We shall do it. Finish. I don't understand profession. Believe me, I have to learn. I don't know profession. What is profession? What is spelling? Profession is meaning of profession. I don't know. No, I'm sorry. I don't know that. If I don't know that being an engineer, I don't know how others know that. What advocates understand by profession and what chartered accountants understand by profession, what judges understand by profession, what police understand by profession, I cannot say. I cannot say anything. For me, profession is something that requires advanced knowledge. That's what I understand by profession. That advanced knowledge do you have, you don't have, I don't know that. And if you have, you use it or don't use it, I don't know that. Everybody has his own field as a specialty and power to do. You do or you don't know, it's your problem. But I have to learn again. There is no school that can teach me. I did not find any school where I can go and understand meaning of profession. Dictionary meaning is not valid. I tried to know what it is. I could not find. So whatever is written there is not happening here. And People are also not interested. Those who are in designs, they are immersed in designs, they don't care what's happening inside and nobody is calling them. And they are also not interested to that. They are just busy in their designs, their softwares, their formula, how can I design, what were procedures. They never think the design shall be implemented or shall be implemented. They are not serious about that. So they are expert of designs, but they are not expert of whether this design will work or not. But if this design is not implemented properly on site, means how can you verify the design is okay? How can you support it? You cannot do that. Ratification and corroboration are nil and void. So what I am saying, your world is one, design world as well as execution world, and then other quality world and safety world, they are different. Means no one is connected to each other. And we are saying coordinating with each other. Where integral management? Where is integrity? We have to ask this question to ourselves. Self-checking, self-examination, self-study, self-evaluation should we not do in quality system? I'm not talking of quality system, I'm not talking of quality control. The system should be having quality. That is IS 9001, 2015 and 2008 were. 2015 is same, but more. Where does quality system stand then? Total quality management, where is it? Where is Sigma? Where is all that? Nowhere. Only on paper. Certificates. I am quality certified. I should see that certificate and feel healthy. Oh, yes, quality certified. I should have a good health for me. Very good. Oh, this is coming. Very good smell is coming from there. Flower smell is coming from this company, this organization. Quality certified. Not work certified, quality certified. So you want certificate or you want reality? You have to decide. Why we fail everywhere by our country? Because of this. We have papers only, no facts, no facts. We have papers, just like ministers, MPs. They have appointment. Oh, you are elected, finished. Take this election certificate and go. But they don't know anything. They don't know anything. They don't know their job. Same thing we are. We are certified. We have everything. Job on paper. That's it. Job on paper. If an engineer having 25 years experience cannot tell what should be temperature of wet concrete or concrete that is being poured, can you expect profession here? If that doesn't know what is temperature at time of pouring, can you understand profession here? If engineer cannot point out, don't use your rusted steel, can you expect temperature here? If you cannot protect steel from being rusted, then what is the alternative? Can't you make profession here? Cannot. You have no solution, allow it. You are using completely rusted steel bars in your RCC work and you are happy. What can I do? You have no solution, no precautionary measurement, management, nothing. What is rusted means rusted, use it. Use it, no problem. Automatically it will be over. Just like these ads come from cement guy, use this cement, will no rust. So you are the advertisement guy, follow up. Means that steel, that cement shall remove this rust. What the criteria? What work you are talking of? Means you do not know how to protect that. You cannot force your people to protect it. You cannot. Because you are not professional. You are businessman. You want to save money for protection. You are allowing to destruct this material. But you are accepting everything. So are you really engineer? Or you are a business person supporter or contractor supporter? Or you don't want to think anything? I cannot answer this question. Only engineering community has to answer. You do whatever design you do, no problem. But what is use? They are using rusted steel. You are using design. They are bringing bent bars. And they are strengthening them. And using in columns, in beams, everywhere. and you are sitting like this. What to do? Tell me. Who shall do? Who is your government? You are your government. There is no government for you. Technically, you are government. You have to govern your project. Are you? You are not doing that. I am not supervising. Architect is doing. Pass up, bag up. Ah, that's it. You have no power to control project, and person on side doesn't have any interest in you. That person does his way. Finish. Leave it. So where is control? Where is quality? You have no solution. Simple, very solution. If you are having rusty steel, don't allow rust first. Protect it, plastic cover or something, use it. Or if you cannot do that, better get epoxy coated steel to avoid this. That also maybe is not available. Have you ever tried? You never tried that, because try is not your business. Your business only to design. Oh, very good drawing I have produced. That's all good design. Don't take it away. You give him package, that person goes away. You never interact with side guy, never call, never discuss, never what you have to do. What you are not even giving some statement to write. Oh, no writing, nothing, and that guy does this. Okay, keep that drawing here and do what you want. All right. That person shall give this to steel fixer. He knows drawing, he will do it and fabricate and fix on site, and you go and sleep in office. Go with your girlfriend, have enjoyed some restaurant, sleep there. This is what you're going to do. Or busy also all measurement and being this payment to contractor. Is that your business only? So why are you certifying? Why are you claiming that your quality is certified? On what basis you are doing that? Yes, you are conducting audit also. Audit guy coming and he is also acting in the same way and is certifying. Yes, you are coming, you are right. So I say, despite we are having system, we are systemless. Despite we are having technology, we are technology-less. Despite we are having very, very excellent and educated professional, we are professional-less. No more criticism. Please, no more criticism. I am deteriorating my health by thinking that way. My fault. Why should I criticize you? You all are great guys, attending good seminars, conferences, talking too much, taking good snaps, photographs. TV channels are coming and relaying your conferences. Very good. Do it. But don't implement anything. Don't implement anything. Reports are only for publication. Okay, finish. Journals are publication. Finish. And those who are from IIT or some high institutions, that is for their research purpose. Oh, I have issued so many papers, I must be professor now. And that's for that purpose. Otherwise, for public, bye-bye. We don't know public. Let building fall, die. Government will compensate you. Finish. Today you die, tomorrow another day. Finish. Go to hell. If that is our property, that is our caliber, I cannot explain anything. And with this, I think I should not bark much, because today I am barking and you may be feeling bad. Feel bad, I don't care. Barking shall continue, because I am barking, I know. Even you can do nothing, you cannot help your nation, you cannot help people, you only bark. So I am barking with your blessings. I keep barking continuously. I keep talking nonsense continuously. At least if some 2% of you listen, that's good for me. If they can manage. Otherwise, one day I have to go leave this world. My barking will continue from heaven. No problem. With this, I close. And thank you very much, gentlemen, and meet again.